How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Syracuse Aviation, and welcome back to another model aircraft unboxing. Today I have quite a few models. I don't know how many to be exact. I've kind of lost track at this point, but there's a bunch of models and a few accessories as well. So I'm going to get into it right now. I'm going to start with this box here on the right, and then we'll get into the larger box after we finish that. So this one in here is the NG Models Continental Retro United 737-900. I originally wasn't going to get this one, but I figured since I had the Evo Blue livery, it would be nice to have a special livery to get some nice rotation in here. So this one came from the RR Model store. A lot of people have got this broken. I think the vast majority, unfortunately, have had wings detached and stabilizers flying off and all that kind of stuff. So that's really unfortunate. I'm hoping it doesn't happen to mine, but I kind of feel like it will, so I'm just going to call it right now and say that this one's broken. Again, I hope I'm not, but I think most people I've talked to have had issues, so again, I don't want it to happen, but that's just the way I think it's going to go. Alright. Here we are. There is the model. Really nice box design. I'm really liking this with the red, white, and blue and the shades of gray. Really cool logo. The only thing I'm not a huge fan of is that it just says airlines there, so I think the logo should say Continental Airlines where the white stripe would be, but they put the plane right over it, so it just says airlines with the plane above it. So that's a little bit, I mean, it doesn't bug me too much just because it's the box art, but that's something that I probably would have tried to do a little bit differently. It really doesn't matter too much though. So regardless, really cool box design, really like it. There's the back, pretty much the same thing, I believe. Yeah, pretty darn close anyways. The sides and all of that, so looking good. Doesn't sound broken, I don't think, but let's not jinx it. I don't see any paint chipping, which is incredible. Excuse me. Okay. I'm nervous. I don't even want to tug on the wings because I feel like if I do, they'll fly off. And there should be a little card in there, I thought. Did NG not do that little rewards deal for this one? I could have sworn they did. Well, that's unfortunate. Unless it's like... what? I'm kind of confused. Okay, I'll get more into that later, I guess. There's a little hair on there. Somehow. Come on, you. Alright. The antennas feel good. And I'm kind of stalling the wing test. Ah! Yep, there it is. If they're gonna be loose, can you please just make them loose enough so where I can pull them out without worrying about scratching the paint? Like, come on. Please, no broken wings. Oh my goodness, they actually got the wings. Let's go. Well, the only issue... there it is. Good news is I don't see too much paint chipping outside of where the stabilizer would be. There's some funny things on the stabilizer, but I don't think it's too big a deal. So, a broken model. It's not like too huge of it. I mean, it's still, don't get me wrong, I hate broken models. Absolutely. It shouldn't happen, but it's what we can expect. So I called this one. I'm just happy that the wings are intact because that's really what angers me. If you look at my Continental 73 or my United 739, you can see I glued the wings back in, and you can tell that there's a little bit of paint chipping. It's really hard to notice, but it is there. So, yeah. I guess I'll just give you guys a quick look at the model, and then we'll get into the other box now. So, I really like this livery. I was really hesitant on this aircraft at first, just because I'm like, well, I don't need this thing at all, but I figured it's a really cool livery, and I was actually not going to get this one. I was going to get the Lufthansa A330-300. I bought it, and they told me it was out of stock. I don't know if I said that story before, so I ended up going for this. Apparently my dad ordered that one from Midwest Model Store instead of the Lufthansa, because this was supposed to be a birthday gift, and I guess he forgot to, and so he just went with RM because I had already ordered planes from him. So here is a quick look at the aircraft. So start up at the nose. Really cool livery, really nicely done here by NG Models. I apologize if I sound a little bit tired. I pretty much just woke up. It's like 9 o'clock or so. Track meet last night was horrible, but that's besides the point. There's the engines, which are the CFM 56, I believe, and the fuel tank outlines over the wings. You have the overwing exits and routes, the Continental Airlines titles, and the stripes looking really nice. Split scimitars looking okay. Usually NG's splits are a little bit too big, at least the bottom one is. I feel like it's either hit or miss. Like, some of mine are a lot worse than others. Let me look at my United. I don't know. I feel like they used to be a lot worse than they are, so I feel like maybe they fixed it a little, but I could be wrong. This one looks alright, though. There's a little stripe on there, of course. There's a little emergency exit and your Wi-Fi, SATCOM box, whatever you want to call it. Your registration, the United registrations crack me up. November 75435. Your stabilizers, beautiful Continental retro livery design on the tail. Your APU exhaust cone. I'm sorry that this thing keeps getting out of focus. I promise I don't mean to do that. And I really like the underbelly on this, how it's like a little bit of chrome type livery. I think that looks really, really nice. Just maybe, just to have a little bit of touch of that, even if it's not too noticeable. It's nice to be seeing a little bit of that. And it's not like the shiny chrome like Americans was. It's like a kind of a matte chrome or something, if you get what I'm trying to say there. Here's the right side of the aircraft with the missing stabilizer, and everything else is the same except you got the baggage door, so there's one in the back by the registration. And moving up front, there is one right above the antenna. So aside from that stabilizer, I'm really liking this model. It's beautiful, love the livery, and I forgot to notice, or take a look for this, but oftentimes NG's split scimitars will be bent in a way that, kind of they're curved like a banana or something. And I know a lot of my Deltas had that issue. I think even my Evo Blue had that issue, and I had to bend them back, which is really risky because you can potentially break the metal off, although I've never had that happen, thankfully. But you can also crack the paint when you do that, and I already did that on one of my Delta 739s, so that sucks, but I'm glad I didn't have to do it with this one, because I only have one of these, and it's my only really true special, aside from, the Southwest and all of that. But I'm still confused about where that card went. I'm going to have to ask RM. Maybe they didn't do one with this release, but I could have sworn they did, so we'll put the stabilizer back in there, and call it a day for that model, and we will get into the other box. Alright guys, so we've made it to the final box for this unboxing. There's quite a few models in here, as I said already, so it's pretty sizable. I'm going to try my best to capture every bit of the contents of this box. I know it may not be perfect just because it's so huge and it's hard to get it all in this frame, so I'm going to go ahead and cut into this thing. So hopefully you guys can see that all right. This one also came from the RM Model Store. Very excited for this because there's a bunch of models that aren't really models that I would go for. So actually, there's just one of those that I can think of, plus a replacement. And there might be more. As I said, I can't remember. And there's some accessories as well that I probably mentioned. Oh, yeah. Oh, I forgot about that. Okay. I'm seeing some stuff right off the bat that I'd forgotten about that I'm really excited for. Okay. Let's start with some of the things you've already seen on the channel. The glass jet bridges by JC Wings. So we have 1, 2, and 3 packs of those. And I'll probably get more, maybe like 2 or 3 more packs in the future. We have a NG Models Delta 737-900. You've already seen that one. Oh yeah, the American 737-800. Why does this feel like so much heavier than all the rest? That's a little weird. So yeah, the Delta 739 we already have a couple of, and then the American 738. Why does this feel like it's packed with stuff? It's not, but it just feels like twice as heavy as a 739, which is odd. Interesting. We have a United 757-200 by NG Models. I originally got this for Fort Myers, because I'm planning to do that airport. But they stopped flying them there, so I'm hoping that they make a return, but you guys know the deal with United's inconsistent mainline. It's pretty much just a good idea to have every single plane in their fleet so that when they make a change, you are able to accommodate that change in your airport updates if you decide to do airport updates. So, a United 752 in the Evo Blue livery by NG. I could have gone for the Gemini, but that's still a pre-order at this point, hasn't come out yet, and the mold, obviously, as you guys hopefully know, is not near as good. Maybe NG is a little bit more expensive, but Gemini Jets is increasing quite a bit. So, that being said, the next model. Oh boy, I've been really excited for this. You guys ready? Yeah, Boeing Dreamlifter. So now that I do Charleston, as you guys probably know, if you've seen that update, I'm trying to acquire some more things that I can use for that airport. So we have a Boeing Dreamlifter by JC Wings. This is going to be crazy. That's going to be my largest model in my collection. Not my largest ever. I did have an Emirates A380 back in the day. So. This one. Oh, yes. Let's go. I forgot about this, too. Oh, this is like Christmas, man. Yeah, there it is. Oh my gosh, I'm pumped for this. Oh my goodness, the Midwest CRJ 200 in the 1:200 scale by NG Models. This is my first ever 1:200 scale model aircraft. I am stoked for this. That's one that I've had my eye on since it was released because I really like that livery. So, I think there's one more. Maybe not. No, that might be it. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Alright, so we've got everything. I'm going to start with the ones that I already have. Wait a minute. Alright, never mind. I'll just contact them about that later. But I'm going to start with the Delta 739 because we already have that one, as I was saying. Looks like the right side's already been opened somehow, some way. So, pull it out of there and hope that there's no broken wings. It doesn't look like there is yet. Stabilizers maybe look like the left one is loose. It's hard to tell. Okay. There goes a plane in the background. I don't know if you guys can hear it. Probably not, because I can barely hear it, so it'll probably be more difficult to hear said plane on camera. Okay. Speaking of plane, let's test this plane and see if it's broken. Stabilizers are actually good, as are the wings. Wow. Okay. And the splits are pretty good too. That's great news. Nothing broken, nothing's bent. Wi-Fi box is looking decent. So all of my other Delta 739s have Wi-Fi boxes that are like tilted off to the left-hand side for some reason. Or looking at it this way, that'd be the left-hand side. I don't know why. I think that's an issue with most of them. Most of the Delta 739s, which is unfortunate. But this one is still tilted a bit, but not near as bad as some of my other ones. It's pretty darn close to the center. So nice to have another Delta 739. I think this is my 6th. I'll probably stop there. I really don't need much more than that. When it gets difficult to find routes for your aircraft in your airport updates because you have enough of them, it's probably a sign that you should slow down. So we'll get into these jet bridges now. I went into detail about these in an earlier video, so I'm not going to take my time and go over them too much. I'm just going to unbox them and get them all lined up, and then move on to the next aircraft, because that's what I'm really excited for. Actually, I'll probably just unbox this set and then go into the models, because there's no sense in doing all three of them when they're the same thing, especially if I've featured them before. I'll just dump them. So, for those of you who don't know, or don't know how to operate these things, after I put the box back together, I'll show you. Okay. So they give you the jet bridge itself, which is very nice. And they also give you this little extension piece. If you choose to use it, you can. So you can either put them together like this and have a long jet bridge. These ones are really tight. It's kind of a good thing, I think. And then you put the little canopy piece in the end, which isn't the most realistic. A lot of people are like, well, yeah, they are realistic, because some wide-body gates are like that. But these are supposedly narrow-body gates. So, yeah. There's that. Yeah, these are really tight. So you can either have it how I just had it, or you can just do what most airports do these days, at least if they're just narrow body bridges, is the shorter style, which is usually what I do unless I have like a double bridge set up. So I'm going to put these together. Whoops. I'm going to put these together real quick for you guys. I'm not going to put the extension pieces on. And push everything else off to the side. I think you guys can see those. Okay. So, again, not going to go into detail with the other bridges. What? I'm confused with this one. Huh? This is a set of for the wide bodies. That's interesting. I'm gonna have to let them know about that. Huh. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna go with we'll go with the American now. There better be a CRP thing, and yeah, there is. Let's go. Alright. So we're good there. I contacted some friends and they told me that the Continental should have had one, so I'll have to contact RM and bug him about that. Or not bug him, but let him know. So 2 pieces of plastic in this one, which is interesting. And the beautiful model. So the color looks really good, as I've seen. The wings are good. Please. Sweet. Alright, we're in good shape. And the antennas are all there. Wow. That's really nice. The winglet logos appear to be pretty darn accurate. I am very happy with this. Wow, that nose gear does not want to roll. I'm going to be careful and just not mess with it, because you guys know what happened last time I did that. So, the cockpit windows look really small compared to what I've seen on other NG 737s. What the heck? Let me bring, we'll go with Freedom 1, I guess. They look smaller. Come on, camera. Please. Focus on the friggin' model, for crying out loud. Gosh. Guys, I'm sorry about this. It's probably going to be hard to see from your perspective, but they look a little bit smaller, so that's confusing. I know why it felt heavier. There wasn't something in the box. The model itself feels really heavy compared to Freedom 1. It feels like it has probably, like it's 150% of the weight of Freedom 1, which is really weird. I don't know why that is. I'm genuinely confused. Why does it feel like that? It's not a bad, it's probably a good thing, honestly. It means it's probably better quality. I'm just confused again. But this is a really good model. Gonna be super happy to have it. I hope they do one without the winglet logo soon. I'll definitely pick that one up as well. Okay. So I was supposed to have a replacement model in this box. So I'm gonna have to ask him about that at some point. Okay. Box feels heavier itself too, so I don't know what's going on there. We're gonna save the exciting models for last. Not that those weren't exciting, but these are a little bit more. Just a little bit. Okay. So, sorry, you gotta focus. The United 752 by NG Models. There we go. Alright, this should have a collector's rewards program thing in there too. That was probably a really stupid way to do that. But there's Syracuse Aviation for you guys. So, alright, whoops, that's not what I really wanted to happen. So here's the model inside with the plastic. This looks like they put it really far down in the foam, which is interesting. Okay, looks really good. The wings are gorgeous. I like this is a really tiny detail that not a lot of people really care about, but on the 757s, there's, I don't know if it's an option you can really choose. It probably is, but ooh, it feels incredibly greasy, which is interesting. What I was saying is, a lot of 757s, all 757s, first of all, either have the wings are a uniform color across, it's like a light gray, or they're like a silvery tone, where the flaps are the light gray, and then the in here is silver. I prefer the way that this looks. So, again, if it was silver, it wouldn't have turned me away from this model. It's just an additional cool little thing when they are like this. So that's kind of neat. Yeah, there's no broken parts, no missing antennas. It's looking really good. I'm happy to have it, even if I can't use it yet or at all. It sucks that United is so incredibly inconsistent. I wish they would do something about that. Because at this point, I've spent money on United models that technically are outdated for certain airports, but they'll probably be back within the next year. Or less. You never know. So, I forgot to give you a better look at the box. There's the front and the back, the top, the bottom, and the sides. I don't really give a crap about the box. I mean, I do, but not as exciting as the model, so that's why I forget sometimes. Wow, yeah, this is really pretty good. A quick little spin around. I apologize if it's out of focus. I'm trying my best here. Yeah, it looks really good overall. I'd recommend getting this. The 757 and the Evo Blue livery, man, it just looks so nice. I really wish I didn't sell my hair out here in New York. I don't know if that has made an appearance on the channel. I want to say it has, but I may have mentioned it. I may have shown it at one point. I can't remember. I don't know which one of these I want to go for first. They're both equally as exciting. Well, we'll go with the Midwest, just because that's what I have in my hand. So again, my first 1 to 200 scale. So NG, congrats for being my first 1 to 200 scale company that I bought from, ever. That's interesting. Got a little piece of foam there that you can play with or eat if you so desire. Wow, that looks really cool. That's such a cool size for a model. This is surreal because I've never had a 1 to 200, so this is like a whole new experience that you guys are witnessing. I haven't even taken it out of the box, and I'm like wowed. The size of the plane with the scale, everything just seems so perfect about it. It feels really greasy, just like the United, which is interesting. Alright, without further ado, I'm going to try and get this thing out of here. I don't want to break it. So I'm gonna push from the bottom, slowly, slowly. Come on, there we go. Nice. Haha, look at that. Gorgeous. Oh my gosh, this thing is incredible. Wow. Holy crap. Holy crap, man. Are you kidding me? Dude. What the crap? Oh my gosh. Bruh. Wow. Guys. I'm speechless. I have no real words that I can use to. I almost dropped some swears just because of how impressed I was, but I realized that probably wasn't the smartest thing to do in that moment. Wow. This is just such an accurate representation. Wow, what a model. The CRJ200 in 1 to 200 scale. Everything about that just seems so perfect. I mean, the size of that model just is so cool to me. It's like it fits in your hand perfectly. It's a tiny aircraft in real life, but this model is it's such a great size that you can put pretty much whatever details you want on it. And it looks really good. Just had to clear notification on my phone, so I apologize about that. Wow, guys, I'm gonna try and stop raving about this. I'll give you guys a quick little spin around of the model so that we can get on to the last one, because I realize you guys are probably wanting to do that. So this is just, I'm sorry, but this is just mind-blowing. The Midwest Connect, I apologize, I kept saying Midwest, but it's Midwest Connect. CRJ200. I thought Midwest had Embraer 170s or 75s or something. I think it was the 170, but I could be wrong. All I know is that they had Embraer aircraft, E-jets. And it would be really cool if NG had that mold in 1 to 200 and they did a Midwest. That would just be the coolest lineup in the world to be able to do that. Oh my god, I'm sorry guys, I just have to say it. I think that this is in my top 3 favorite models of all time. Okay, you know what? That might even be my favorite. I just can't stop looking at this thing. I've never been so happy about a model before. Maybe the Royal Jordanian 788 way back in the day, like 2 years ago, the one by Phoenix. But that was just a kind of a in the moment type of thing. But this is one that I've wanted since it came out, and now that I have it, it's just surreal. So I gotta move on from that. It's just, I'm sorry guys, I'm really sorry to keep raving, but I'm gonna have to do some more about that off camera, because I've been going on for long enough. I really don't want to put that thing down, but we have models to get to. A model, rather. So the Dreamlifter is essentially a 747 with a widened and a bit of a taller main fuselage section, for lack of a better term, if you guys know what I mean. Ooh, boy. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That is incredible looking. I can't wait. Let's get it out. This is probably one of my favorite unboxings ever. Holy man, this is kind of like the Midwest in a way. Yeah, the Midwest, because of the size and the. Wow, this thing is like a monster, man. Holy crap, that's crazy. Jeez, man, I'm sorry guys, I really am, but I'm just. There's a reason that I saved these two for the last. It's the grand finale, so it has to be good. Jeez. Picking this thing up, it just feels like it's massive. I mean, maybe as a model, like, actually, let me bring in a model to compare it to, because it's kind of hard to tell, like, let's bring in an A350. I want to say it seems shorter, but that may just because the thickness of the fuselage makes it look that way. Yeah, it is longer by quite, well, what is that, maybe 10 feet? I don't know. Wow, guys. Wow. Wow. Tilting gears. I haven't had a model with tilting gears since the Gemini Jets Delta 330, and I sold that. So, this is crazy. I'm sorry, guys, but these last two models were just mind-blowing. This is, oh man, this might be on my top 5 list as well. I said that Midwest is maybe my favorite, and I want to say that this is my top, even my top 3 maybe. I guess maybe I'm just a fan of the big bulky models, but this thing is crazy, guys. This thing has got to be solid metal. I don't see how this could be hollow. It's crazy for me to think that, now I know that the weight of the model obviously is not really proportional to the weight of the plane in real life, but in terms of size, it's crazy to me to think that, now I know it has 4 engines, but they're just so tiny compared to the other things, that these engines could power such a huge plane like this. It's just, I know it can be done, obviously, because it works, but it's just crazy to think about that and imagine that. So, really cool to have technically my first ever 747. Now, I know it's not like a 744 or a 748 or anything, but it's pretty much a 747, so. But I would honestly say that this is probably a little bit more interesting to me, so. I'm actually glad that I could get a model like this that's so interesting, and I can actually use it in an airport, such as Charleston, because I fly into there quite a bit. Okay, guys, on that note, my gosh, this is crazy. That will conclude this unboxing. Let me get the 350 out of here because that was not a part of the unboxing. Not that it's a bad model, just not what we're here for. Pardon me. So yeah, on that note, that is the unboxing. So we have, what did I unbox first? The Continental 739, which I put on my shelf, so I apologize. I'm actually going to go get that right now. Okay, so we've acquired the Continental 739, and I think the only other model was the Delta 739, I think, right? Was that it? Let me look at my little stack of boxes. Yeah, I think that's it. So, 6 models, pretty good, plus the jet bridges, so, wow, oops. Yeah, this is, sorry about the congestion. Yeah, these are all super nice. Only one broken model, right? Yeah, the Continental one, that wasn't even that bad. The United 752, the Delta 739, obviously you've been through that. Midwest CRJ 200, or Connect, Midwest Connect, I'm sorry. Wow, what do I even say? NG, you guys killed it. Nothing more to say than that. That's just incredible. The Boeing Dreamlifter, unreal. Thing's a beast. Super glad to have it. And the American 738, really nice model. It's going to be very useful in all of my airports, including Cedar Creek. And the jet bridges, of course. So, that being said, yeah, if you guys can get any of these, definitely do so, because they're gonna, I don't even know if there's anyone that has the Midwest left. If there is, pick it up if you want it. It's definitely worth it, and everything else obviously is just incredible. So, that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the unboxing. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions or comments, leave me a comment below. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next video.